Ever feel like you're just kind of stuck, Like you're just reacting to whatever life throws your way?
Oh, absolutely. We've all been there.
Well, today we're going deep, really deep, into a book called Frame of Mind.
Fascinating book.
It's all about understanding why we might feel that way, and more importantly, what we can actually do about it.
That's what we're here for, to unpack the big ideas for you, give you the tools.
Exactly. So in this deep dive, our mission really is to pull out the most powerful stuff from Frame of Mind, those light bulb moments.
Exactly. This idea of mindset, it's not just some vague self-help concept.
Right. It's not just about like thinking happy thoughts all the time.
No, not at all. Frame of mind argues that it's literally the lens you see the world through.
It's how you experience your reality.
And it gives you actual practical tools to grow.
And that's what we want to equip you with today. The tools to change your reality.
Tools for a better you, absolutely.
And what's so cool about this book is how much ground it covers. We're talking about like the straight up power of thought, how to bounce back from setbacks, even visualization techniques.
It even dives into the impact of your environment and, of course, the absolute necessity of taking action.
Because none of this works if you just sit around thinking about it, right?
Exactly. Action is key.
So let's get right into it. Frame of mind starts with this really foundational idea. Your thoughts create your reality. What do you think is the core of that concept?
Well, I think it's about understanding this connection, right? This link between what's going on in your head, your thoughts, and how you actually end up feeling and acting.
So it's not just thinking, oh, I'm bad at math. It's that thought then making you avoid math, making you not even try.
Precisely. If you're always focused on your limitations, what you can't do, what's holding you back, well, your actions will reflect that. And guess what? You end up reinforcing those limitations. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
So it works both ways then. If you focus on what you can do, on possibilities.
Absolutely. That opens you up to opportunities. You literally start seeing them because your mind is looking for them.
It reminds me of that Henry Ford quote, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
That nails it. Your belief system is incredibly powerful.
Okay, so the book argues that we're not stuck with the thoughts we have, right? We can actually change them. What's that all about?
It all comes down to this amazing ability our brains have called neuroplasticity. It's like rewiring your brain.
Rewiring. That sounds intense.
It is, in a way, but it's also incredibly exciting. So every time you have a thought and you repeat it, you're basically carving a path in your brain, like a little pathway.
Okay, I'm picturing like tiny paths in my brain right now.
Exactly. The more you repeat that thought, the deeper and stronger that pathway becomes. It's like your go-to route. So imagine if you start consciously focusing on positive, empowering thoughts, and you repeat them intentionally. You're literally carving new pathways.
Creating new go-to routes for your brain to take.
Over time, those new pathways become your default setting. It's like you're reprogramming your mind for success. Literally.
That's a powerful image. I like that. Okay, so that's the power of thought. Now, frame of mind also talks a lot about emotional resilience, which we all need, let's be real.
Life throws curveballs.
Exactly. So how does the book approach that? How do we deal with setbacks?
I think the core message for me is changing how we view failure. Instead of seeing it as the end, as a sign that we're not good enough, it's about seeing it as feedback, as a chance to learn and grow.
So like instead of, ugh, I failed, I'm terrible, it's more, okay, what can I learn from this?
Exactly. The book really emphasizes developing what's called a growth mindset, especially when you face tough times.
And you know what? It's not just some theoretical idea. The book has this great example with J.K. Rowling, right?
Oh, that's a classic. All those rejections before Harry Potter finally got published, she could have easily given up.
But instead, she used those rejections as fuel, almost, to get better, to refine her work.
She reframed those setbacks. They didn't define her.
So next time I'm feeling discouraged, I'm channeling my inner J.K. Rowling. Okay, but how do we actually do that? How do we reframe things when we're in the thick of it?
Well, the book offers this great technique. Whenever you hit a wall, whenever you face a setback, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? Just that simple question.
What is this teaching me? I like that. It shifts your perspective.
It takes you away from the immediate negative emotion and forces you to look for the lesson, the opportunity for growth.
Because there's always a lesson, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's not immediately obvious.
Always. And it's not just about intellectually grasping the lesson. It's about managing your emotional response in the moment.
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to just spiral,
Totally. The book stresses the importance of developing this ability to observe your emotions. Don't let them sweep you away.
Be aware of them, but don't let them control you.
Exactly. Create some distance. Analyze why you're feeling that way. And then, most importantly, choose a wise response. Don't just react.
Respond, don't react. I'm writing that down. Okay, let's move on to another biggie from Frame of Mind, visualization. This is one of those things that some people might be a little skeptical about, right? Like, is this just wishful thinking?
I get it,
Yeah.
but the book presents it in a very grounded, practical way. It's not magic. It's about understanding how your brain works.
Okay, walk me through it.
So the key is, our brains often can't tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. If you consistently and intensely visualize yourself achieving a goal.
Like, really picture it, feel it.
Exactly. Your brain starts to react as if it's already happening. It's almost like mental rehearsal. You're priming your mind for success.
So you're building this mental blueprint, training your subconscious to work towards that goal.
Precisely. And there's that famous story about Jim Carrey writing himself a $10 million check years before he actually earned that kind of money.
Yeah, I've heard that one. It's a great illustration of this. He held on to that vision.
And his actions, consciously or subconsciously, were driven by that vision.
It's about believing in the possibility, right?
Yeah.
And that belief, that conviction, can really fuel your actions.
And it's not just some whimsical idea. There's actual research to back this up. Studies have shown that people who regularly visualize their goals tend to perform better.
So how does Frame of Mind suggest you actually do this? Like, what's a visualization exercise you can try?
Well, the book recommends finding some quiet time each day, even just a few minutes. Close your eyes and really imagine yourself having already achieved that goal. Don't just see it, feel it. Engage all your senses. What do you see, hear, feel? Make it as real as possible in your mind.
So it's a full-on sensory experience. And by doing this repeatedly, you start to truly believe in the possibility.
And that belief translates into more focused effort, more motivation, more willingness to push through challenges.
It's about aligning your actions with your vision.
Yep.
Okay, let's talk about another element that Frame of Mind highlights. Your environment. How does our environment actually shape our mindset?
The book makes a really compelling case for how influential our surroundings are, not just the physical spaces we're in, but the people we interact with.
It's like that saying, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Exactly. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, by people who doubt you or focus on limitations, it's going to be tough to maintain a positive, growth-oriented mindset. On the flip side, being around supportive, driven, optimistic people, that can really lift you up.
It rubs off on you.
Absolutely. And the book goes beyond just the people in our immediate circle. It's also about the books we read, the podcasts we listen to, even our own self-talk.
So all the information we're consuming, the messages we're feeding ourselves,
It all contributes to our mental environment. And that environment, in turn, shapes our mindset.
so it's about being really intentional with what we allow into our minds.
Exactly. The book points out that highly successful people are very deliberate about curating their surroundings. They seek out environments and relationships that support their growth.
Because they understand that their environment can either help them or hold them back.
The choice. So for you, our listener, the takeaway is to really look at your influences. Are they serving you? Or are they subtly undermining your goals?
And if they're not serving you, it might be time to make some changes. Okay, final big idea from Frame of Mind, taking action. The book is very clear. You can have the best mindset in the world, but without action, nothing changes.
It's the bridge between your internal world and your external reality. You can think, visualize, feel all you want. But without action, it's all just internal.
It's about execution, right? Bringing those thoughts and visions to life.
Exactly. And the book addresses this thing that so many of us struggle with, analysis paralysis.
Oh yeah, overthinking everything, waiting for the perfect moment. Been there.
The perfect moment never comes. The book argues that even small, imperfect action taken consistently is way more valuable than waiting for ideal circumstances.
It's about progress over perfection. Just start somewhere.
Yeah.
And it uses Elon Musk as an example, right?
Yeah, his story with Tesla and SpaceX is a great illustration of this. He took massive action, despite a lot of uncertainty, no guarantees of success. But he was willing to take risks and learn as he went.
And look at him now. So how do we actually put this into practice? How do we take consistent action?
The book's advice is to break down your big goals into smaller, more manageable steps. And then commit to taking at least one small step forward every single day. It doesn't have to be a huge leap, just something that moves you in the right direction.
Building momentum, one step at a time.
Exactly. It's about shifting from a mindset of planning and wishing to a mindset of doing and achieving.
No more waiting for motivation or perfect conditions. Just start now. Okay, let's sum it all up. We've covered a lot. Can you remind us of the 5 key principles from Frame of Mind?
Absolutely. First, your thoughts shape your reality. Be mindful of what you're thinking and cultivate positive thoughts. Second, build emotional resilience. View setbacks as learning opportunities and manage your emotions effectively. Third, use visualization. Regularly imagine yourself achieving your goals. Fourth, be conscious of your environment. Surround yourself with supportive people and influences. And fifth, take action. Consistently take small steps towards your goals.
It's like a roadmap for taking control of your life.
Yeah.
And even if you just pick one of these principles and start working on it,
You can create positive change. You can start shaping your reality.
that's so empowering. Frame of Mind really highlights that our mindset isn't fixed. It's a tool we can learn to use.
And it's a powerful tool. It can literally change your life.
This has been an incredible deep dive. So much great stuff to think about.
I agree. And a final thought for you, our listener. What resonated most with you today? Which principle feels most relevant to your life right now? And what's one small, concrete step you can take today to start shaping your own frame of mind? That one small step could be the start of something amazing.
Thanks so much for joining us on the deep dive. See you next time.
It's been a pleasure.
Bye for now.